Yeah,
And
for sure.
that just adds it's awesomely shitty ambience. It makes it for me, but
Yeah. Adds more of a feeling to it.
Yeah, whereas it's not like, I mean, you kind of got to play the game, especially like what we're kind of doing. You got to kind of play the game, but it's nice to hear music that isn't recorded on a computer exclusively, and that everything isn't dissected in order to be absolutely inhumanly perfect.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, it's cool to hear recordings that the production's good, but there's a lot of recordings that I really love. I think the production is excellent, and it's not perfect, but there's depth to it.
Yeah.
Like we were sitting here the other day, and I put in, like we were listening to some sort of one of the guys put in like some modern death metal thing, and of course it's Pro Tool to hell. It sounds absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
It's like robots are working at a factory very quickly or something. And then I put in, after that we had to change of pace, and I put in this band from the 70s from Australia called Skyhooks. And it's just it's silly rock, and it sort of has that Australian sense of humor to a lot of it, so the songs aren't overly serious. It's just about ridiculous topics, but the recording was like, it's like, yeah, it didn't have that, everything in the red, blown out, super aggressive sound, but there was just this depth and richness to it that the other one didn't have.
Yeah.
And it's especially apparent, like, when you put it on like, if you have an old, like, a tube stereo or something like that, like what my friend does, actually, and listening to modern recordings versus, like, say, like Louis Prima or something like that, stuff he did, it's just like, you hear these, like, it's almost like there's just so many layers, and you almost can see the room where there's musicians spread out through this room, as opposed to like, okay, here's a guy sitting on a couch with a Pro Tools rig in front of him, and a guy who actually, physically did his drums, but sound replaced everything and all that, so it's kind of a struggle, because I really appreciate more organic recordings like that, but at the same time, if you're going to be competitive, I know it sounds kind of de-romanticizes everything, but if you're going to be competitive in modern death metal, there's some concessions you have to make in your personal taste, and say, you know what, we want to get this as tight as possible, because a lot of young people, that's what their ears are trained for. Vinyl to them is what DJs have.
Yeah, exactly.
Not something that was the most popular format for ever.
Yeah, totally.
So it's, you got to think that's a big part of your audience, and try to retain some of the warmth and depth of old recordings, but you kind of got to play the game, unfortunately. So, but there's some positives to that too. It makes recording a little more efficient. You can fix all your mess ups and don't have to do the song 50 times.
Yeah, totally.
But it's like with everything, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, totally. I think I have just a couple more questions. Who was your favorite band to tour with?
Oh, jeez. Man, I don't know. We've been really fortunate. We've toured with we haven't toured with a lot of bands that were dicks.
Yeah, word.
A couple, maybe here and there. I won't. It's not important who they are.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but we have. It's not only that they're good bands, like we like their music, but they become good friends of ours. I mean, there's like on our level, there's kind of like from Denver's Foul Carnage, Gotor, Misery Index.
Yeah.
They're about, relative, we're all sort of the same age, and play kind of the same levels of shows and stuff like that. So we've, obviously toured with all those bands, and, good friends with them. Leonard from Sphalk's going to fix his spaghetti later tonight, That's really cool. And whenever they're in San Diego, we're more than happy to hook them up and stuff.
For sure.
It's almost like, that's one of the things that people don't see, who are just, they don't see, like, that bands have to support one another. I mean, there's bands you're not going to like, there might be jerks in the band, or, music you don't like or whatever, but it's almost like it has to be punk rock in a way, to where, you kind of take care of each other. And I know it's romanticizing everything, like, oh, we take care of each other, but, it's awesome. That's another reason to be into music.
That's how it should be.
Not like, oh, we're all brothers or anything like that, but it's just like, they know what it's like.
Yeah.
And there's a genuine want and need to try to make others feel comfortable when they know that, you're in an uncomfortable situation sometimes.
Yeah.
So, those bands are great to tour with. There's some bigger bands we've gotten to go out with. Like, Guar has been really cool to us. We've been out with them twice. They're very nice to us.
They're coming up soon, actually.
Yeah,
I
they're
think.
part of Red Chord, and
Yeah.
Suffocation, great guys, amazing band. All of us just like adore them.
Yeah.
Would love to tour with them again. I'm sure I'm forgetting other bands. I don't know. We've been pretty fortunate. You know, we've toured with some really cool bands and just had a lot of fun.
Word. Awesome. All right, I think I have just one more question, and this is definitely like a personal question. What do you listen to on the road or like before the studio to kind of get you into your musical side? And
studio is like I think all of us are just so focused on what we're doing that I think we kind of purposely like just put the blinders on and just like, okay, I'm gonna play this part 500 times.
Yeah.
And if I screw it up, 500 more, just until it's, do it the best you're humanly possible, your ability will let you. So, like, prior to the studio, I think there's stuff that, you had in the back of your mind that you've heard over the years or over the past, since the last time you recorded that you're like, oh, I really like their approach at that, or I really like this recording technique, or the sound, the tones they got on this, or something, and you try to employ that in your own recording or, kind of explore it to see if it'll work, as it applies to, your band or whatever. But as far as other music goes, like when we're traveling, I don't know. Our drummer Dave likes a lot of it's like these sort of progressive power metal kind of stuff. He likes a lot of that, like basically like Journey with double bass.
Nice, nice.
That's not a slam. I love Journey. That's he likes that sort of stuff as well as really technical death metal and grindcore, that kind of stuff. And Travis is, he has a really eclectic taste. Like, he'll listen to, like, the most recent Britney Spears album, and then Blessed of the Sick, and then, a lot of ambient stuff, or drony stuff. And I like really crusty, shitty-sounding, hateful,
nice.
I want to live in a cave black metal. And then I listen to tons of alt country and, and then stupid stuff like Tattoo and Garbage. I love Garbage. Garbage is awesome. That's not stupid. Garbage is awesome. And
yeah, Shirley Manson's pretty awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome, and the production is amazing, and the songs are really dense, and there's lots going on. But it's like a lot of layers of very straightforward stuff put together in such a way as to where it's extremely interesting to listen to. It's a lot of sort of symphonic quality to it, albeit many layers of electronic noises. But I don't know, like, let's see. On my iPod.
Nice.
A Gallic is the first thing that comes up. So I was listening today driving here because it was snowy and I wanted to get in the mood. But if you hit, like, let's see here. Random. Abzu, Acme, Gorfolk Knows with Amber Asylum, Analithrock, Angel Corpse, Angels of Light, Assuck, Antler, Beneath the Lake, Bethlehem, Bill Frisell, Blood Red Throne, Blue Mountain, Bludas Nord, Born, Der Klubagor, Bonnie Prince Billy, Born Against, Buck Owens, Cab Calloway, Calexico,
Sweet.
Carpathian Forest, Converge, Court and Spark, 16 Horsepower, Woven Hand, Slobberbone,
awesome.
Dying Fetus, Emperor, this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty eclectic. There's music for every mood,
Totally.
And I plan on exploring every one of those moods with the crap I have in here.
For sure, yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Very, very welcome.